Project 70, when we write it, we put ProjectLXX.com, was created to provide support for our related businesses and websites. It was specifically to produce, market, and sell products for the Old Man's Cafe, World Money Laundering Report, and to support training and education in the areas of financial crime, risk, and compliance, with the first range dedicated to money laundering and so on, changes for lawyers in Australia. Project 70 is a division of a company that was formed in 1999. It's been in the same ownership, with the same management, with no material changes in their personal information for well over 25 years. The same formal details and even the same bank accounts. Vortex Centrum is a poster boy for corporate stability. And yet, we've had a whole series of problems trying to set up Project 70, ProjectLXX.com, as an independent business unit. In this series of videos, I'm going to explain exactly what those problems were and how you can hopefully be able to avoid some of them, both through the videos and also through the related book, which explains to you some of the pitfalls of setting up businesses, online businesses, international online businesses, and also actually how to set up and how to create from scratch a website which will take you out of many of the problems that we encountered setting up this very small but nevertheless quite complex business. Shopify bans dropshipping. Shopify has told us that it does not accept dropshipping companies as customers. We know there are many dropshipping videos on YouTube claiming to earn thousands of dollars, sometimes even more, every month, and using Shopify. What is dropshipping? It's simple. A company enters into an arrangement with a manufacturer to place orders for specific products on behalf of a third party. The manufacturer sends the product direct to the third party. The company in the middle never sees the product and certainly does not warehouse or ship it. So what did Shopify say to us? Well, first, let's have a look at why we tried to deal with Shopify. As a business, we like to find a formula that works and to stick with it. So long as we get consistent service, we are loyal to suppliers. So when we chose Shopify as a supplier of a marketing platform for our print-on-demand clothing, housewares, and novelty items, we expected to create an enduring relationship. It didn't even get off the ground. The reason why the relationship failed is a lesson to everyone thinking of starting a drop shipping business, whether it's print-on-demand or other drop shipping. There are many print-on-demand companies that will print your designs on their products, such as mugs, t-shirts, canvases, posters. Some will store your design and produce the product order and send it to your customer. Some will collect payment from the customer, deduct the wholesale price of your product, any purchase taxes or duties, and the postage and packing charge, and send you the balance. In short, we design stuff, promote it, and we earn money from it. As to everything else, we adopt the very sensible business practice that we just make it somebody else's problem. That's the service we were specifically looking for. What happens with Shopify is that Shopify collects the payment, sends the purchase price and post and packing fees to the manufacturer, then deducts its own fees and charges, and sends the balance to its own customer. Yes. Inserting Shopify into the payments chain is a complexity, but our primary supplier has developed an interface. So once we have created the product in the design studio and set the price and details, to add it to Shopify is a one-click operation. On the face of it, it's a perfect example of making a task someone else's problem. It's not perfect. We soon found out that we were engaged in multiple layers of bureaucracy. The European Union's VAT regime is mind-numbingly complex. It can be reduced to two simple routines. Is the seller registered for VAT? If so, charge VAT at the national rate of the end user. Okay, so there's a third question. Is the end user registered for VAT and has it provided its national VAT number? But essentially, it's a flowchart or a family tree. Shopify doesn't handle that for its customers. It expects its customers to set up their own VAT tables. It is an insanely complex thing to set up, but so far as we could understand it, we had to set it up for each product, not even for each class of products. Maybe we didn't understand that properly. So even before we ran into Shopify's decision that dropshipping is outside its terms of service, we were starting to think twice. And then came Shopify's first bombshell. Despite our company's stability, Shopify wasn't happy that the principal director and main shareholder does not live in the UK. UK citizen, yes. Living in the UK, no. A discussion ensued and we explained that either they'd had bad advice or had made a poor decision. That's when Shopify said, see it on the screen, the terms of service states that your business must be located in the region and or you must be a legal resident to be eligible for Shopify payments in the UK. Unfortunately, Shopify payments is not currently available to those living and operating from Malaysia. Yes, there is an error in what they wrote. Shopify payment services are only available to merchants who are physically located in and operating from within a supported region. Virtual addresses, which your business does not actually occupy, business registration documents, bank accounts, or dropshipping, are not sufficient proof of physical operations within the region. You can still connect other payment providers. Our payment gateways page has a complete list of options that integrate with Shopify in your region. Please note that other providers may have different requirements than Shopify payments. So what's wrong with this? Well, first, the contract with Shopify is with a company, not with an individual. All monies will be received on behalf of and all distributions made to that company. Secondly, as an individual, a British citizen is a legal resident of the UK, no matter where he lives. A registered office is not a virtual address. It's the company's office. It's the company's official place of record. So the statement is both legally and logically flawed. Secondly, it specifically says that it requires proof of physical operations within the region. It doesn't define region in that clause, but in this case we assume it means the UK. And that dropshipping is not evidence. Such a policy bans, for example, digital nomads from operating a dropshipping business. It also raises questions over other jurisdictional points. For example, in the USA, companies are registered in states, not federally. On the face of this, as it has been interpreted, it would seem that a company registered in Delaware would be blocked from Shopify if it were owned and managed from New York, especially if it was a dropshipping business. It's worse. On the face of it, and I accept that Shopify might argue that they mean something different to what it actually says, a pure dropshipping business is not permitted regardless of where it is managed from, because, by its very nature, a typical side hustle dropshipping business doesn't have commercial premises, beyond probably a laptop on a dining table. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Shopify's business practices were appalling. From the outset, there is pressure to prepare a shop urgently, so we did. We spent a long time faffing about with an interface that wasn't intuitive, followed a process that unfolded step by step with no indication of what remained to be done. We were hassled by emails saying we would lose benefits if we did not complete setting up the shop quickly. And all the while, a different department was working towards rejecting us as a customer. Let's be clear, if Shopify didn't want to deal with it, that's fine. We subscribe to the view that businesses should have a completely free choice of who they deal with. But if it gives us an explanation, it shouldn't be based upon a false interpretation of the law. When we were rejected, we told Shopify to delete the shop and all records relating to us and to close the account. The response? No, we should do that ourselves, so wasting even more time. And then it got worse. After the rejection, Shopify charged us for a service it had denied us. Yes, after a couple of hours dealing with the aftermath of the rejection, Shopify refunded the charges. So far as we know, all the systems that cost us a great deal of time and delay in launching are all still in place. We got cross. What if? We changed our strategy. Were there ways of building a platform under our own control? You betcha. And you can too. We built a new platform at ProjectLXX.com, tested it, populated it, started selling from it, and then we did it all again, documenting every step from starting a business through installing software and building a website from scratch to launching your own brand. All within your own control, all with costs contained and predictable. We documented it in a digital book, and in that book we included a section on starting an online business with an introduction to areas that you need to think about when you are starting a business. You can buy the digital download of Create Your Own Print-on-Demand Dropshipping Brand via the link in the description or through vortexcentrum.com.